revolution.
Bookmark words on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Eyes check. Complete.
We have launched for the Informant podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Informant podcast. I'm Pistol Pete from Stockholm. Tonight I have with me Jenna, Make Death by Gucci, and Jennifer, the Mafia Wars loot lady. What's happening?
Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, it is.
It's a long weekend, so here we are.
Yep.
Big plans, barbecues, beer, what's up?
Heading to the lake.
Heading to the lake, that's a nice place. Good.
Probably come back Red Lobster.
Redneck to Red Lobster.
Redneck Lobster.
That'll be nice. You got a boat? You're going out?
Yeah, we have a pontoon boat. Well, we don't. My father-in-law does, but yeah, so we're going out on the lake to do
Sweet.
tubing and whatnot.
That sounds fun.
Yep. So that ought to be interesting. I will be Mafia Wars-less for 2 days. So
Awesome.
That'll probably
So
be good for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully nothing all crazy will come out and Jen will have you having a fit to want to get back and fix something.
Yeah.
I think Ike's gone this weekend too, so there probably won't be much Spotcom stuff.
Somebody wrote to me the other day and asked, how come Pat can't talk Zynga into just hiring Stockholm? I said, God, don't you know we've tried that forever and ever? Just not working out.
It works just as easy that we just add stuff and then they just take it and make it part of the game.
Well, everyone
works, too.
agrees you guys are way more efficient, so that's what we like.
Yep.
Good job done.
Just do what needs to be done.
Yeah. And I think maybe there's a new group of developers because it seems lately they've been more efficient at adding things that you've done. So maybe they're like, it's a form of player feedback, the way
I'm
see
constantly hovering over something to see who did it.
I know.
So this
I'm
was
like-
supplied by a Stockholm Tuba feature.
You guys should make a hover that says Zynga sucks for if you hover over something that wasn't added by you.
Oh my gosh.
Or you should make a hover over that property, what we talked about last time, and have it say, Zynga, please add memory. I'm so tired of building like an item I don't want.
Yeah.
'Cause,
And
like,
as the developers are using the Spock tools, they'll see it, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The
So
Phrenic
what is-
Fox, I keep building that by mistake because I get into a groove and I don't wait for the drop down. So I'm trying to train myself, although I should just use Property Manager because this is new. I've been fussing with it for the past few days.
Well, you guys are going to have to help me because the property thing, when I came on this week and that had changed, I just about freaked because I had just started to figure out my system and now it's just even more complicated for me. I'm seriously.
Yeah.
So many things have changed on my game this week that I'm really not enjoying it. I lost my mini packs, y'all.
I heard you lost your mini packs.
I can't believe you guys haven't fought harder to have that back because I cannot stand it.
I want
And
them
couldn't-
back.
I know, but I couldn't advocate with you because I had it, and now I seriously am going to push.
I want
mini
rackets
packs.
to come back too.
I want rackets and mini packs. Those are two things. It messed me up because
I
when I
just-
realized it, I blew a whole energy pack, not realizing that I didn't have mini packs, and I'm like, son of a bitch. And then I've done that twice, going, oh yeah, they screwed me. Finally.
I don't think we'll get mini packs back because we had them and they took them away.
Well, they must
I
have
think-
been listening because
I think they determined people were leveling up more and therefore spending less money. I don't know.
I don't know though, but people level. There's plenty of people that level plenty without even ever using an energy pack.
Yeah.
Oh, it bummed me out, I gotta say. I know it's been like a year that they took mini packs away because I was thinking of the meetup I had when Todd Cash was here. And I almost had him fix it then. And I'm like, well, nah, maybe I'll just see what happens.
Then you figured out a way to get them at least.
Yeah, and then I started to figure it out with the help of Spock and everything.
Because you could
So
use unlimited mini packs from what I remember.
I was getting to use 12.
Yeah, and the rule is you were only supposed to be able to use 6.
well, dang it. That really bummed me out this week. So I was like, okay, I'm done. No, like everything's got me at that point. And the property build, I really don't like the layout of it. And it just really kind of gives me a headache.
I think everyone feels that way. There's so many things about it that could be improved. I like what they're trying to do and the direction they're going.
I just hope they're not stuck with where it's at now, because I mean, I guess I could eventually get used to it, but right off the bat, I didn't like it.
I really don't like how the limit to time property is not your default when you get to the homepage, because a lot of times I won't remember to ask, but if I see my ask button on the homepage, I know, oh, it's time.
Yeah.
But now you have to actually click on the limit to time tab. And
I don't like it.
If you're only going to craft your other properties once a day, that doesn't need to be the default. Or they should let us pick what we want the default to be.
Well, and that's what I think, is that I should have a check mark and an X, kind of the way it was laid out before this last change, and decide which ones I want there.
Yeah, and what's really annoying, and this annoys me a lot, that was redundant. But anyways, after you craft your 4 from the front page, it says visit property. So if you want to do the other 2 or you don't want to do the 4 that are on your front page, you click on that link and it opens up your pit lane property. So then you have to close that out and then click on the property tab from New York just to get to your Arctic base.
Too many extra clickies.
Yeah.
I don't
like it. And I
it.
think Ike said he was going to work on adding each of the limited time properties so that it would all be on the homepage.
Well, and kudos to Stockholm altogether, because some of the changes that you guys have made in the last week and a half, were really useful. Like some of the drop down stuff from the toolbar, I really like. So,
yeah,
for all the things that I got irritated in game with, you guys at least made me feel a little bit better about other stuff. So, fair and balanced, not.
Did you miss out on all the glitches?
I don't know about any, so apparently. I went to Van Halen and Kool in the Gang on our last show.
That seems like an odd combination.
Yeah,
it was. Oh my God. It was so much fun though. Kool in the Gang was so funky. I loved them. I love it when there's like choreographed moves and they're all kind of like Jungle Boogie. It was a really good show. I had fun. So
you had like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I know it was. Well, they all do those kind of moves where, it's just really funky and you don't see enough of that. So, but it was cool. And like the week before I went to Roger Waters. So I've been just trying to have life. So that's why I guess I get more and more and more annoyed with the game, because I remembered that there's better stuff going on sometimes. But yeah, no, it's been an interesting week in all the changes here. Anything else that I didn't know changed? I didn't know that there were more properties or more districts of London until last night.
Oh yeah, 2 more.
And then there's another secret district back again, the Lexington Hotel.
Well, I do see that spamming across my page, and I have been getting keys, so I assume that something was going on. But yeah.
I just get mad when they release those right before they're going to release something that requires your energy. It's rude. Because you should at least know. Like,
you got to make choices.
Yeah, and then if you already buy it, like I was stuck working on that instead of the new London district, so now I'm behind. I guess it doesn't matter. You're done?
Yeah.
Not me. I'm staying on bronze to get my consumables. I've learned my lesson enough.
Well, that's what went through my head today when I thought about it. Jen would probably tell me to.
Well, I did make a mistake on the last show. I said that the consumables were a pain because you had to like farm one to do a job to get another one. But after really going through it again, that only happens on District 8, and it's only to get the consumable item for the useless bonus job feature. So it's not really a problem.
So if you skip the bonus, it's no skin off your nose.
Right. And all you need to remember is you need 200 of the first consumable called the Revved Up for District 7. So I recommend, farming your 150, 200, because if you use your bonuses, you'll need less. And then for the next district, I think you need like 160 or 168. So get those on bronze, because that really is, you're going to be pissed off if you wait and you have to go farm like 1,000 energy jobs just to get a consumable.
And it'll just drive me over the edge.
Yeah, you need
I'll need a prescription.
Can't take the pressure anymore.
I can't take it.
So, and I was considering, because the henchmen that drop are very helpful. There's like 2 loot items in each district that will help most people's stats. And thanks to what Pete's going to talk about from Team Spotcomb, I'll leave it at that. I was able to do some good runs with my energy account where the bandits were a problem. And I spent over 3 million energy, and I got like 12 items of the like Fitness Freak, I think it was called. So I just decided I'm going to do what I do every other time. I'm not going to care about farming this job loot and wait for them to push something better out with fighting or the VIP program. Mm-hmm. It's too much energy. And even if you stay on bronze, like that was my goal. I was like, oh, I'm going to stay on bronze and get 500 of these things, then move on. Well, I haven't even gotten like one yet. And it's just like, it's not worth it. I'm just going to finish what they put out, because if I try to be fancy and do that, they might release something else, and then I could get behind. Mm-hmm. And I don't want that to happen.
So much to think about.
Yeah, so that's my game plan. Instead of lusting after this loot, just think there's going to be something better coming out before I would ever get even 100 of them.
Mm-hmm. Lackluster loot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so... Yeah, your comment about what we've changed. Martin added some additional features to repeat jobs so that you can actually now exclude your bandits. So
awesome.
You can kind of skip them if you want to. So
I did not see that one.
So if you want to just say, oh, well, no problem, I don't want to expend a crew to deal with a cash bandit, then it'll just skip over it and it'll just keep doing whatever. So,
with the exception of the experienced bandit.
Experienced bandit, yeah.
And I don't see why anyone would want to ignore that one.
No. Well, you'd want to ignore it until the point that you're ready to actually manually click it. So actually having the option to ignore it could actually work in your favor where it hadn't in the past. You just have to remember to go manually click it yourself.
And we asked about in the room if he could add that functionality, and he said he probably could, but it might be complicated.
Yeah.
And bandits don't interest him enough.
Right. It hasn't bothered him enough.
Zynga needs to annoy him with bandits a little bit more. Like jack up the drop rate of them, and then Martin will get to work.
Like me not being able to share your irritation of not having mini packs.
Yeah.
He hasn't found enough of a benefit yet of letting it build all that experience and then collecting it all in one shot for leveling purposes or whatever else, because that's not the way he plays it. So, for him, it's not something high on the priority list to fix.
And I find that circumstance rarely happens. So it's cool when it does, but it's very rare where I'll be close to leveling and would lose energy and I get an experienced bandit. I usually get the other two.
Right.
And then when I do get one, I get excited, and then I look up to see how much experience I need to level, and I'm like, oh.
Yay.
Not even close.
No. Yeah. And it takes too long to burn through your stamina. One strategy I keep saying I'm going to do, but I never do, is I'm going to burn through my stamina first and then my energy. But I don't know about you, but when I see I have full energy, I get excited. And I go to my jobs to do them.
I do too, but that's just because I know I can get rid of my energy faster.
Fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Where your stamina, it's a production.
Yeah, I've actually been contemplating this a little bit. I've been thinking whether or not to do reallocation with stamina. Taking skill point, killing some stamina and then turning around and applying it to energy. The ratio isn't always better at energy, but the fact that, like you pointed out, you could actually expend it a lot faster.
Exactly.
And
with the fight list the way it is, you may as well.
Right. So if you can almost get your ratios just right, where, you got enough stamina to do what you would need to do for fighting and the icing requirements of a day, but then you have enough energy that would keep you basically leveling or doing whatever else. then it could pan out. Now for fighters, that's a different formula entirely, because you're also trying to work in attack and defense into the formula and health. But for levelers, nowadays it seems like the best way to go is to actually use energy